Okay, this is the tread surround going in. It's a molding you can get at Home Depot, and I'm splicing in this piece because it normally looks like that, where I took out this last row, and just had to do some modifications here to this piece. I'm nailing it in, then I'll finish it in place. Basically, this is how the molding looks, but I shorten it down a lot more for this application. So it's got a bull nose, so it matches this bull nose matches the tread bull nose, the same radius. It's got a nice little rabbet in here to accept the molding or whatever. In this case, this height here is the same height as the hardwood, 3/4. So everything works out pretty well. In this case, I had to rip this down, from its, I think it's like 3.5 inches wide or something down, and I just measured, try to get the same, the same overhang from this side to this side, because this port is actually not ripped at all. This is actually, it worked out where when I put a piece of test molding, I have pretty much the same reveal. Now this wall kind of goes inward, or outward, I guess. So the reveal in there, the back of the step is, I think it's like 3/8 across the entire 11 feet opening. So can't always get them perfect, and I don't want to scribe anything or whatever. So I just put it in. I got kind of lucky here. This is the first piece, since it was easiest. I put that in. Face nailed it with 1.75" brad nails. Come back and putty them and put them in. But anyway, this is the beginning of what I'm going to do, and take the existing stock you can get at Home Depot and then rip it down into something that fits your needs. And then I use, for this side, you can tell, one more thing, there's a tongue here, a groove here, and a groove here. So I use number 10, can't see that, but number 10 biscuits. For this application, it works just fine. Put some glue in there, put some glue in here, and then put them in, and then I lay a nice thick bead of PL heavy duty, which is that little tube right there, and then face nail it off. And then I use this as a temporary brace because the whole thing is actually kind of cantilevered. You can see it's only supported on, this is only, I think, 1.5 inches total to the edge of the wall, and that's probably what's recessed. So maybe, 1 inch or so, actually. So PL, nail it, and then use these little leftover pieces I have as cleats to just shore it all up so it dries evenly and it doesn't want to pitch and roll like it would if you just face nail it. So you can use anything. I have some leftover 2x I ripped down from something else. Just anything straight. That's what I did. And for this last piece, I'm going to, when I have to do this, this is going to be painful, but it's the best thing I can think of. When I put this last riser on, which I already primed, but to cover this gap, I'm going to take this piece that I have left over and just rip down that bull nose so it's a nice, have a nice edge to it, basically from like here over. And I'll just face nail that in, glue it and face nail it. And I'll just make sure I have the riser depth correct, so it's going to have the same reveal left to right. You don't want your foot tripping over it. So it's going to be the same reveal as this, if you can imagine. So I'll just take my square, put that in there, and then determine the depth I need it to overhang. So anyway, it's going in. It was about, for just this stuff is like, at Home Depot, it's like $6 a lineal foot. And so I spent like $100 or something on just the wood, but not bad, not considering all the other money I've spent on this basement. So everything, you just have to check the wood to make sure it's not bowed like crazy. I think out of probably 10 pieces there, I went to 2 different stores that they had. Most of them were bowed, especially the long pieces, like this long run. In this case, I couldn't find one, so I'm going to put a splice in rather than try to find a long one that was all bowed. You just take what you can get. So I took the straightest section of each board, got the longest cut I could, and then I can manage with that small little section over there when I'm ready. So base nail, glue, time, biscuits, patience, measuring, anger, cussing, glue all over your fingers. But it is what it is, I guess. So come along. Hopefully be done here before the sun goes down.